Welcome back everybody to my channel. Today we are going to make honey whole wheat bread. The ingredients are whole wheat flour, salt, warm water, honey, yeast, and butter. I'm gonna list all the measurements down below in the comments. So we're gonna start putting our warm water in the bowl with our yeast and our honey. So I'm using creamed honey this time, but you can use regular honey and it's gonna come out just the same. I have cream honey in the house, so that's what I'm using. Let's just wait about 10 minutes till you see a little foam. And if it's foaming, that means you're good to go. If it's not foaming, you might have to redo that because your yeast is not good. So we add our flour and our salt and we're gonna mix it till combined. Not fully mix it right now because we still have to add the butter. So just that everything comes together. Once everything is together, we're gonna incorporate our butter and we're just gonna give it a mix and then we're gonna start kneading. If you do this in a stand mixer, during this process you want to use a paddle attachment, while after you incorporate the butter, switch to the hook, and that is gonna help you kneading your dough. So I like to knead most of it in the bowl till there's no crumbs, there's not falling apart, and then I'm doing the rest on the counter. And if you do it by hand, just remember you do it a little bit on one side and then you turn it 90 degrees and then you press it on the other side and you keep going till your dough looks smooth on the top. If you need to add more flour because it's too sticky, you can add more flour, but don't add it too much because whole wheat flour takes a lot of water, a lot of liquid, especially during resting period. So it might be, if you add too much, then your bread it might be ending up too tough. So we just want to make sure it's nice and smooth. If it becomes too hard while you're kneading, just take like little breaks. It's fine, just let the dough rest. And once it's nice and smooth, just form it into a ball and take your ball back, just spray some oil and put your dough inside and just spray some oil over the top so it doesn't dry up, and cover it with a cloth. You have to let it rest for about an hour or double the size, and while you're waiting you can prepare your bread pans. So with this recipe you're gonna make 2 loaves of bread. You can either just spray the bread pan and you finish, but I like putting parchment paper so it's easier for the bread to come out and it doesn't stick. So now we see that this beautiful dough is more than double the size, and just press it and just let the air come out. Don't worry, you're not gonna ruin your bread. And now we're gonna divide it into 2 equal parts. I don't usually measure, I go really by eye, but just try your best to divide it as best as you can into equal parts. And then you're just gonna knead it a little bit more and you're gonna shape it into a loaf. You see that during this step your dough is gonna be extremely smooth and nice, as you can see. And then just place it into your bread pan. Let's do the same with the other one. And once we're done even with the other one, we are gonna cover them again with a clean towel and we're gonna let it rest till about 45 minutes. It depends whether and how humid it is, but it has to at least reach the border of the pan, if not a little bit higher. We're gonna put it in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes, and I would suggest to put a bowl of water under so that it creates humidity in the oven, and your bread inside is gonna be more moist and not too brittle. And that is the bread, the finished bread. You can cover the top with a little bit of butter as soon as they come out of the oven. And don't forget to follow and subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye!